I think antisocial behaviour is any behaviour that intimidates or threatens other people and makes them feel uncomfortable. It can be simple things like hanging around in corners on streets, blocking pavements, or it could be playing loud, obnoxious music, offensive language, or anything that affects the community.
Antisocial behaviour is behaviour which affects other people socially, emotionally, physically, in a detrimental.
Antisocial behaviour is disturbance to other people that are not in your close family.
I have never been involved in antisocial behaviour. Where I live, there's like a town square, and a few people hang out there and get up to a bit of nuisance. I've seen that, but I've never actually been involved in it or witnessed it directly. No.
Yeah. First of all, within my role now, within my job, I have to deal with antisocial behaviour at times from students who behave inappropriately, and that affects other people, be that negatively affecting their learning, be that making them feel unhappy in school, making them feel uncomfortable in school, or making them feel that the environment what they're in isn't safe.
Well, I've seen it happening, but I haven't been involved. I've seen certain things happening in the streets.
I've never been affected by it. The closest I've been affected is a couple of kids kicking the ball up against my wall because I'm the end house, which isn't a major issue unless I'm trying to get the baby to sleep. But apart from that, no, I've not really been affected by it.
Yes, I have. I've been at a concert once where there was people behaving in an extremely rowdy, aggressive way to other people. Yeah, and I had to deal with that, and you know, I challenged it. They weren't particularly happy with that challenge, but they did stop doing what they were doing and reduce what they were doing, so it did work.
Well, in the law they used to have ASBOs, which are antisocial behaviour orders, and a few people still have them now because they're on a time scale, but they're slowly weaning them out. So at the moment I know the police have the powers, they're called dispersal orders. So if, for example, there's a group of young people up to no good, you know, in the community being antisocial, they have got the power, the police, to come along and give them a dispersal order, which means that they have to be removed from the area and not return within a certain period or at all. And obviously if they break that dispersal order, then obviously the sanctions will escalate.
Yeah, within school we have the school behaviour policy, so the C system, C1, C2, C3. We do have isolations, off-site isolations, fixed term exclusions. For people who are persistently antisocial, we do up that sanction. That can possibly lead to permanent exclusion. Outside of school, there are restrictions on where people can go, restrictions on travel, restrictions on who they can meet up, and all these are set by the police and the CPS. And ultimately, people can have custodial sentences.
I know you could get an ASBO for it, which is like you could get a tag where you're only allowed out certain times of the day.
Personally, I think just by teaching it in Citizenship and obviously through our GCSE coursework, a lot of people think they know what it means to be antisocial, but when you look into the nitty-gritty, there's actually a lot more to it. And some of the things that we think are just messing around and having a laugh is actually antisocial. So I try to reduce it by educating people about it.
I think it's about people in society standing up for what's right and not being afraid to challenge. And some people do feel intimidated by people who are behaving antisocially and challenging them for fear of what they might do. And I can understand that, but I think if everybody who wants a society where people are happy just stands there and does nothing while other people wreck it, then it is going to spoil it because they're not getting challenged. So I think it does need people to stand up as a group and challenge people and say, no, that's wrong and this is how we want you to behave.
Probably more security about things and more serious consequences rather than just a curfew.